Hello and welcome to day one in your Finding Space series. Today's practice is all about connecting to the heart. So we'll work with some opening for the center of the chest and the pectoralis muscles, opening for the space around the shoulder blades and between the shoulder blades, as well as some side stretches. Let's begin today's practice in the wide-kneed child's pose. So I recommend setting a blanket across the center of the mat to support the knees. And if you have a set of blocks, you can bring them on their lowest height and you can set them just off the sides of the mat. Big toes close or touching, knees going wide apart, and we're going to fold the body forward into Balasana, the pose of the child. You could stack your hands or stack your fists to create some support for your forehead. And as you start to transition into this posture, take time for any small adjustments that you'd like to take. Feel your forearms, your elbows, your hands. Settle downward to the earth, knees, shins, tops of your feet. Feel into the breath. See if you can feel the breath not only on the front of the body, but see if you can feel the breath in the back body. The ribs and lungs on the back body expanding and releasing. Take a deep inhalation. Draw the breath in through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth with a soft sigh. One more round of breath here. In through the nose. Soft sighing exhale out through the mouth. Staying in child's pose, but coming into an active version. So you'll extend out through the arms, let your hands root down, feel your wrist creases and your forearms lift. Take a breath out here. Then we're going to start to come into a side stretching child's pose by walking the hands and arms over to the right. So you can use this block here for the left hand. You might need to slide that block out a bit or adjust the block as needed. Right elbow might bend so you can firmly root through the right hand. And having the hand on the block will give you just a little more opening through the left side of the body as the hips gently nudge over to the left. Last cycle of breath here. With your next inhalation, let's walk the hands through the center and over to the left, landing this right hand on the block, adjusting the block as needed. Possibly bend the left elbow, spread the fingers of the left hand, and let the hips gently nudge over to the right. Breathe nice and deep across that right side body, opening the spaces between your ribs. Last exhalation here. And then let's come back to the center. Finding your way into the center, and then use your next inhalation to rock the hips up, coming into tabletop. Slide the hands under the shoulders or maybe slightly wider than the shoulders. We'll take one cat-cow flow here, so breathe in. Release the belly toward the floor. Lift up through the heart and chin. Exhale, press the hands firm to the earth. Round through the spine. Draw the tailbone under, feel the shoulder blades draw apart. Inhale, come to neutral. Pick up the right knee. You're going to move your right foot off to the right as the right knee comes back down. Possibly walk the right hand an inch or two forward as you extend out through the left leg. Left hand is going to come up either to the left hip or stretch the arm to the sky, knee down, side plank. Take a breath in here, and as you exhale, this top left arm is going to come down by your left ear. So you'll feel the underneath side of the body slightly contract while opening through the top left side. On your next breath in, send that left arm back up to the sky, let it circle around to the back, and then find your way back into tabletop. Adjusting through both knees, take one cat-cow flow. Breathe in, release your belly down toward the floor, lift up through your heart and chin. Exhale, press your hands and round through your spine. Inhale, come to neutral. Pick up your left knee, move your left foot off to the left. Bring the knee down, adjust the left hand an inch or two forward, knee down, side plank. Right leg extends, right arm reaches up to the sky. Activate through the center of your right palm, spread through your fingers. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, right arm will come down by the right ear. Slight contraction in the underneath left side of the body and the opening through the top right side of the body. Take your next inhalation, right arm re-extends back up to the sky and then circles around toward the back short side of the mat, transitioning back into table. Land the hands, adjust the knees. One cat-cow flow, breathe in, release the belly, lift the heart. Tops of the thigh bones moving back, and then exhale, press your hands, round your spine. Shoulder blades draw apart, chin draws into chest. Inhale, release your belly and lift your heart one more time. This time as you exhale, curl your toes under and begin to lift the knees, coming into downward facing dog. Now in this downward facing dog, begin to pedal out through your feet, your knees, just creating some space across the backs of your legs. Noticing the sensation in your toes and through the arches of your feet. Eventually you can find stillness. Take a deep inhalation through your nose and then exhale, soft sigh it out through your mouth. Breathe in, start to lift your heels away from the mat. Take your gaze forward to the space between the hands and step your feet forward to meet your hands, coming into forward fold, Uttanasana at the front, short sides. You can adjust your blocks if you're using them, bring them forward, bow into the legs, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, take halfway lift with your spine, hands on the blocks or the shins, and then exhale, fold back into the legs. Inhale, reverse your swan dive, soften your knees, sweep your arms wide and up, extended mountain. You're going to let your prayer hands come together. We're going to bring the body into Utkatasana chair. So bend the knees, take the sitting bones, reach them back. Feel the center of your chest lift toward your thumbs. You can stay right here with hands to heart or take your next breath in and maybe extend your arms by your ears. Exhalation, prayer hands come together through the heart as you fold into the legs. Uttanasana, release and relax the head. Breathe in, take a halfway lift with the spine. And exhale, we'll transition back into downward facing dog. Bend the knees, plant the feet, or plant the hands, and step the feet back. All right, in order to transition the body forward into plank, you might adjust your toes an inch or two back. Lift your heels nice and high and then roll your body forward out into plank. You're going to be lowering down so you can keep your knees up or let your knees come down to the mat. And then as you exhale, bend your elbows and lower all the way down to the chest and the ribs. So we're going to tuck the hands underneath of the low chest. And we're going to press firm into the feet. We're going to do some breathing Cobra, Bhujangasana without the hands. So as you inhale, start to lift the chest and elevate the hands an inch or two away from the floor. And then as you exhale, lower the chest. Might turn your head to the right. Let the left cheek come down to the floor. Then as you inhale, bring the face back to the center. Lengthen the tailbone to the space between your heels. Lift your chest. Lift your hands. And then exhale. Lower the chest. Maybe turn the head to the left. Inhale, come back to the center. Lift the chest. Lift the hands. Press the feet. Exhale, keep the chest lifted, but lower the hands down. Press into the hands and lift the chest a little higher. Exhale as you lower the chest all the way back down. Breathe in, press up through table. Curl the toes and exhale, downward facing dog. Take a moment to pause here. Find stillness in the body. Settle the mind through conscious awareness of the breath. One more cycle of breath here. Take your next inhale, let your heels lift nice and high, look forward. You can step or bend your knees and lightly hop your feet forward to the front of the mat. Take a breath in, lift your spine into halfway lift, and then exhale, fold into the legs. Breathe in, reverse your swan dive, big sweep of your arms around and up. Let your prayer hands come together and into the heart. Bend the knees once again, come into chair. Pause here. We're going to take the lotus gesture at the heart. So thumbs, heels of the hands, and pinky fingers stay together while the other three fingers spread apart, almost like you have just like an open cup, an open vessel right at the heart space. Engage the lower belly in toward the spine. Take another breath in here. As you exhale, let your hands come back together in prayer and fold back into the legs, forward fold. Inhale, take a halfway lift with your spine. Exhale, plant the hands downward facing dog. We're going to come forward one more time out into the plank. So adjust your toes back an inch or two. Lift your heels. Roll your body forward out into plank. And as you exhale, knees up or down, bend the elbows and lower all the way down. This time we're going to take the hands wide. So we're going to come off the mat. We're going to prop up onto the fingerprints. We're going to draw the elbows downward, press into the feet, and inhale, start to lift up with the chest. You want to almost think about unfurling so that the head is the very last thing to come up. And then exhale as you fold back into the floor. Let's do that again. Lengthen the tailbone down, press into the fingerprints, and inhale, lift. Let the head come up at the last moment, and then exhale, melt the body back down into the floor. One more time. Inhale, curl up. Chin tucks in into the last moment, and then open through the throat, and then exhale, come down. Slide your hands underneath of the low chest. This time we're pressing into full palm. Inhale, lift the heart one more time. This time, see if you can stay up, flipping over the toes and coming into downward facing dog. From this downward facing dog, weight is going to go into the left ball of the foot. Right heel is going to lift up into down dog split. You're going to bend your right knee, twisted three-leg dog, turn it open to the right, and engage the lower belly in. Take a breath in, begin to re-extend through the right knee, square off the hips, and exhale, curl your right knee into your chest. Step your right foot by your right wrist, and lower your back left knee down to the mat. Walk the hands up to the front right thigh. Reach your arms forward, so the arms are parallel to the mat. Right arm is going to cross on top of the left. Give yourself a hug, or eagle arms, winding forearms, or maybe forearms and hands. Feel the opening across the upper back, shoulder blades drawing apart. Take another breath in and out here. As you take your next breath in, unwind your arms. Initially circle them up. Prayer hands come together. Let your elbows bend so that the thumbs come toward the back of the neck. And then inhale, fingertips re-extend to the sky. Exhale, frame your right foot. Curl your left toes under, lift your left knee, step the right foot back into downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Second side, weight going into the right ball of the foot. Inhale, send your left heel up into down dog split. Bend your left knee, twisted three-leg dog, turn it open to the left. Engage the lower belly in to create support for your lower lumbar spine. As you breathe in, extend through the left knee, square the left hip off with the right, and exhale, curl your left knee in, step your left foot forward, and lightly lower your back right knee down. Walk your hands up to your front left thigh and extend your arms forward, arms running parallel to the floor. Take your left arm, cross it on top, and either give yourself a hug or wind the forearms or forearms and hands around one another. Take a moment, notice the space around the shoulder blades and between the shoulder blades. One last round of breath here. As you breathe in, let your arms begin to unwind. Let your arms extend up by your ears. Prayer hands will connect. For a moment, just bend the elbows. Let the thumbs come toward the back of the neck. And then breathe in, extend your arms. Exhale, frame your left foot, curl your right toes under. Lift the right knee and step back into downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Soft sigh it out. Take a breath in. Soft sigh it out. Take a breath in. Last exhale here. Last breath in. Exhale, lightly lower your knees down to the mat. We're going to swing the legs out and around. You're going to bring the legs in front of the body. Now the blanket that you've been using for the knees, you could fold it up one time if you like and just set your pelvis right on the edge. You're going to take the left leg and extend it out. Pick up the right foot as you bend the right knee, cross the foot over. Now you can stay right here or lean to the left and maybe bend your left knee rather. So left heel comes in close by the right hip. Either version, left knee bent or extended, works well. Right hand back behind you, left arm stretching up to the sky. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, we're going to twist to the right. So left hand can come to the outer right knee, or you can wind the left elbow around the knee. So you're going to sit tall, using your right hand almost like a kickstand to create a little length. Some twist of the heart toward the right. And then we'll do some rotation of the head. It's going to turn your chin toward your left shoulder and then turn your head toward your right shoulder. And just do that another time or two. All right, the next time that your head rotates toward the left, you're going to start to bring the heart around to the front, unwinding the legs. So we're going to switch sides. Send your right leg straight out from the hip. Bend your left knee, cross it over. Now you can stay right here or lean into the right hand. Bend your right knee, pull the heel in toward the buttocks. Get the pelvis back down. Left hand down, right arm reaches. Take a breath in. And then exhale, we'll twist to the left. Right hand coming to the outer thigh or elbow, winding around. Turn the heart, and then we'll begin to rotate the head a few times from shoulder to shoulder. Okay, last time. And then as your head starts to rotate back around to the right, we'll bring the chest back to the center and uncross the legs, point the knees to the sky, and just windshield wiper a time or two. Okay, let's bring the body on down to the spine. We're gonna move the blanket support out to the side. As you come down, pull your knees into the chest. Give a little gentle squeeze in. You can stay right here. Take the knees more in line with the underarms and maybe take happy baby. Take a last breath in and out here. And come back into knees to chest one last time. Stay right here for a moment. Maybe curl your shoulders and your head off of the floor. Sink into a little ball. Breathe in. Exhale, lower the shoulders down. Plant the feet down. Maybe windshield wiper the knees a time or two. We'll take Shavasana for just a minute. I like to think about this as the posture of integration. Few rounds of breath and stillness to allow the efforts of your practice to just really soak into the body and the mind. So you want to take your legs out long, let your heels drop down, let your toes fall open, arms down in a low V, and if possible, turn the palms to face to the sky so that you open through the heart. Let your arms and legs release and settle and keep the awareness at the heart space, almost feeling as though you're breathing in and out from your heart. Reconnecting to what is most important to you and making an intention to live in a way that is in alignment with what is the most important to you. At your home, please feel free, stay here for as long as you like. You're ready to transition from your practice. As you're ready, you're going to bend your knees, plant your feet to the earth, roll to the right or to the left, press your hands, and rise to your seat. Join your prayer hands at your heart as you sit tall. Thank you for joining me. The light within me sees and bows to that same light within you. Thank you.